Uh.
Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Robbie here at Smoking Gun Reviews, back to finally talk about some more Doctor Who Season 8. We are on episode 9, which is called Flatline, so full spoilers if you have not seen this episode, which Doctor Who fan hasn't seen this. I'm still riding pretty high after finding out that I got a Peter Capaldi autograph at Wizard World the other day, and we caught a swag bag. Thought this was pretty tight. I am over the moon about this. For everybody who just got into Doctor Who, I'm really, really fucking happy that I got one of those. And I don't know how many people, like, I can see how many people are watching these, so I don't know how much longer I will be actually making these reviews, because even though I don't do stuff on my channel, always for subscribers and likes, I'm beginning to get less motivated when there's no traffic at all, really. I love doing this for Belinda, but I really feel like I'm only doing it for Belinda and maybe a couple of people. And if I don't see growth, it makes it very hard for me to give my all in these. And I don't like to just kind of phone it in. I really don't. I like to give my all to a video and show as much passion about it. But there's really no growth here. And I know that these are old episodes, but I thought the Doctor Who community was a lot bigger, and right now it doesn't feel like it. And even if I wasn't getting subscribers, if I was getting, like views, I'd say I'd be more motivated. But in this case, I'm starting to feel like maybe I need to get out. I'm still more than willing to do Patreon reviews of the show for Belinda. That when she requests them, I got to do another one next month for another one of the anniversary specials. But like, as much as I'm liking this, and I want to be the one thing that I'll take away from this if I stop doing Doctor Who reviews, is that I'm glad that I started doing them. I'm just glad that I found this show finally. I'm glad that I jumped into Peter Capaldi. I'm think after this season, if I might be done like reviewing them, unless by Patreon request. It's just, like I said, I have to have some kind of growth, and when I don't see it, it's just not in it for me to like. Everything I do takes time out of my day, and when I could be reviewing other things that even like there's things that I do that I know won't get that many views, like the X-Men Dark Phoenix, but I love it so much that I would continue doing it. This I really like, but I almost feel like I'd rather just watch this at my own pace and enjoy it on a different level. And like I said, so I don't know if you guys really like this, like me doing these, please talk to the people that you know like Doctor Who, and get them to start watching and share these videos, because it's just the motivation is going like way down to like come back. So anyway, but not to take away from this episode, because this episode is really fucking awesome. Right? It's called Flatline. I love this. There's a lot of cool things that go on in this episode. They really jam pack a lot into this 43 minutes. It felt like, and not in a bad way, a long episode. So we start with this guy. He's making a really frantic call to the police. And I hear these like snake rattles, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool, like I don't know what's going on, but he's saying like they were right here under our nose like the whole time, and he just disappears. You see him like in the wall, like literally, like you flip it on its side, and he's in screaming. I mean, that's a great big image. Um, find out that Clara is still lying to the doctor, blaming everything on Danny, about their, the current state of their relationship. Where it's fine, but he doesn't even know they're hanging out. So because she leaves and comes back, you know, but this time things are ish, like we're back ish. We find out that they're in Bristol, about 150 miles away, and the TARDIS has shrunk. So already, it's very Wonderland when he goes up to the door, and it's smaller now. That's the first thing I thought of was Alice in Wonderland, and that they're 150 miles off course, and he's just enjoying this. He's just like happier than a pig. He's like, oh, just please let me enjoy the not because I'm usually on top of this. So that's another cool thing is this episode clearly is they're facing something they've never faced, which is nice for me because then I don't have to think too hard about this. It's like I get to learn it as everybody else learns it. And then so there's this group of community service going on where they're painting over graffiti, and we are introduced. Well, I mean, it's not introduced, but the guy who's leading the community service is played by Christopher Fairbank. If you don't know who Christopher Fairbank is, he's been in a bunch of stuff, but I remember him from the beginning of Batman 1989, where he's like the first criminals that Batman fights, and he's like, you know, uh, you know, the back, oh man, give me a break, will ya? It's like Johnny Gobbs got ripped to take a walk off a roof, man, no big loss, and there ain't no bat. You want this cut any money or not? Now shut up, shut up. You shouldn't turn the gun on that kid. You can go on, man. Are you? Don't kill me, man. Don't kill me. So that Christopher Fairbank, he's the leader. He's the running the community service. I was really over the moon. He's also been in the Fifth Element. I think the Hansel and Gretel, versus the witch hunters thing. I think we're running into that. So there's more TARDIS problems. It's getting smaller, and we find out that there's a whole bunch of missing people. We got this mural, and I mean, I pretty much was like, oh, well, those are the people. And I think anybody who was watching that figured that out too. It's the people on the wall. Are they alive? Are they dead? Can they come out? We don't know. I like that that keeps shrinking, and we get the little tiny head doctor in the thing that's really really funny. He's saying that something here is leaching wherever. How? Okay, we don't get explained why they landed, but leaching external dimensions. So it's taking the power from the TARDIS and making it smaller. And that we find out, like another bit of information, that if the TARDIS were to fall onto the Earth in its real form, it would flatten. We also find out that somebody says, oh, it's bigger on the inside. And he goes, that statement has never been true. So there's all these different ways to look at things now where it keeps changing and evolving, and I like that. Clara then, since she's got to walk around with the doctor, and I'm telling you, I still can't get over it. It's just above the tiny doctor inside the TARDIS that she's claiming to be the doctor. Lies. So they try to figure this out. And of course, they got this cop, and there's a lot of red shirts in this. The cop just kind of lets them hammer the walls, which I guess fine. She, of course, takes the call, goes in the other room. We get these great effects. And the effects in this episode are really, really fantastic. I got to give it to them. They're really imaginative. What things are basically in two dimension. Okay, we're in three, they're in two, and they're moving like this. They're flat, like a two-dimension would be. And they pull you down, and I love the image of that. And that the walls, when you think it's like the nervous system, it's a person, or like what it looks like the desert, it's a piece of skin. Just really imaginative, really creative. So it's not really shrinking, it's just changing it and to fit their world, to pulling you in, killing you. And that's like he says later, they're using our dead like camouflage. Also, um, that the doctor finds out Clara's that Danny, she's been blaming Danny for everything, when really it's her, just not. She's lying to Danny and lying to the doctor that it's about there, and that she just wants to do it, kind of like you said, like it's an addiction. We are brought out that the mural, there's people, they're dead, and they pull you in, and then they wear you. And again, really cool imagery. It almost looks like stop motion photography with or stop motion animation, like Kubo and Q strings kind of stuff, or like Coraline, but like done really, really creepily. And I like this. Um, we kind of get a Terminator, not a Terminator kind of, it's a Terminator kind of line, like, come with me if you want to live, where she tells Bank, like, I'm your one chance to stay alive. They're in this tunnel, like, for part of, like, the train or their subway. It's basically, waiting for these guys to get picked up one at a time. And this thing's been acting, my camera's been acting crazy ever since I've been working on it. Hopefully you guys can hear this, or whenever I upload this, I hope it works out. In this, Clara gets to really take a walk in the doctor's shoes. She's been complaining a lot about his methods and the way things are, but she realizing that she's got to play his role, kind of has to do things the way he does, like giving them hope, because people without it give up. And even if there is no hope, she has to give it to him. She kind of, as this episode goes on, as she takes more of a role of the doctor, I think that the way that she sees him and what he's had to do, and what he's had to do for years and years and years, is starting to make a little bit more sense and make me make it a little more palatable. Maybe that how difficult it is for him to make these decisions, because he is an alien, right? And he's trying, though. Sometimes there is no good decision. Sometimes the only decisions you have are bad, and even if they are for the right reason. And so, like, the hand in the tunnel that was okay. That was like the first really creepy thing where they're talking. It's very horror movie. This is a horror movie moment. You see the hand in the distance like a shadow come rolling up and then just slowly grab and then pull the guy out. They reached 3D. That's what the doctor says, and it was really, really cool. I have to say, like, about this was just, man, it's very fun. Sorry. They figured out 3D, so that means that now they can go back and forth and run both things. But they've also figured it out. In the meantime, they fight over the little TARDIS and it drops. It falls down this tunnel onto the train tracks. And that's where we get another really cool thing where she tells him, well, you're going to have to Addams family your way out. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? But I forgot. Thing, the hand. So he pulls his hand out and he's like moving it around like Thing. That was, again, really clever and really well shot. He has to use, it's not all the way off the track, so he has to use the last bit of power to get him off. But now it's completely in siege mode, which means he can't get out. Nothing can get in, nothing can get out. He's trapped in there, and there's no energy, and the life support is failing. The life systems are going down, all of it's shutting down, and he's basically going to die. Now we know, like, if you watch in the X-Files, you know that they get out of it, but it's always that, like they put the character in the worst possible situation where it's like, how the fuck? That's what's really cool is that, Clara, at first, they try to run the train through them, but it doesn't work. What does, it hits the paint. But as we see, what she learns is they need that energy, right? He uses energy. So he puts the TARDIS in front of the door, behind the door that they're going to get in. So she seals it up so that they have to use their energy to reopen it. That energy goes through the door and powers the TARDIS, and that is really, really clever. And so he comes back full strength. TARDIS comes back. I love this because, again, it's very much, very almost like a movie ending where he comes out and he's just telling him, I tried to talk. I tried to be reasonable. I didn't want to just do this, okay? I tried to communicate with you, but you don't care. You clearly don't care. Maybe, we haven't tried hard enough, but you keep coming after us. You're killing everyone. You're monsters, and guess what? I beat the monsters. I'm the doctor. And, maybe some of you are going to live through this trip. I don't know, but I'm going to call you the Bone. And he zaps them and sends them straight the hell or back to their dimension or wherever they came from. I don't really care. It's really badass. I love it, it's just like, that's it. I've fucking had enough of this crap. And so he saves the day again. And as we can see, after they've saved everybody, a lot of people have died. Some people are alive. Some people are grateful to be alive. Like the Rigsy kid. He's on the phone to his mother, and the other guy's just like, look, I'm alive. We made it out. I'm one up on everything. Then you get to Fairbanks, who just says, well, all those people that died, they were worthless scum. And, the doctor has tough Clara, well, sometimes good people die and bad people live, and that's just life. I mean, that's not word for word, but I mean, that's basically what I took out of it. Life's not fair. Sometimes the really worst people, don't deserve it. You know, like they don't deserve to die, but they don't, they're not better people than the people that died. And that he did say to her before, she saved him, that she was an excellent doctor. And at least he doesn't do that move that they usually say where they'll backtrack and he'll be like, I didn't say anything. No, he tells her she was an excellent doctor, but goodness, had nothing because she had to make decisions like that. And that is a great step in the right direction. And then we get our little ending where it's Missy. She's back and she says when she sees Clara that she's chosen well. And that makes me wonder how much about choosing companions, how did that, like maybe that's not such an accident. Maybe Missy has been picking the companions all this time. I don't know. Again, this is my first foray, and I hope it's not my last. So if you liked this review, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe. We're about 91 away from 1,000. And so if you did like this, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all notifications, share this video with people that like Doctor Who. I would like our audience to grow. I want to continue because I do want to finish Capaldi's run. I do want to go back and do Tennant. I do want to go back to do Matt Smith. But like I said, if there's no growth here, I will just watch this on my own, and I'll enjoy it. And maybe I'll, occasionally do like a review. But after this season, if we haven't seen any kind of increase, I might have to just stop. That's not like a threat or like, oh, like, I said this before for the Handmaid's Tale, but seriously, I got a lot of things I want to get to. And if, people aren't enjoying them, I mean, I know people are enjoying them, but if I don't feel that the community is growing because of it, I might have to put this on the time. So anyway, this is Robert Smirking Review saying sorry to end it kind of like at that beginning end and like bookend like shit, but Rob, and we'll see you when I see you.